Welcome back. This is Wayne Voles coming to you live from Louisville, Kentucky at the Advanced Turf Solution continuing education classes that they're putting on today for all the contractors in this region. And I understand their tour continues tomorrow as they're moving on up the river a little bit towards Cincinnati and northern Kentucky area. I've got with me Chuck. Chuck, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Hey, we appreciate you being on with us. If you would share with our listeners your name, your company, and what you talked about today out here, if you would.
Yeah, my name is Chuck McKenna. I'm with Nature Safe Fertilizer, and I talked about how important Nature Safe is to microbial activity and how that feeds your soil.
You know, when I was looking at your topic at lunch, what you were going to talk about, Daniel and I got to actually talking about how, as commercial contractors, because that's our end of it, I think we're looking more toward that side of the business than we are just throwing more nitrogen at something.
That's exactly right. Our whole premise is to feed the soil, to feed the plant. So that's, if you have a healthy soil microbiome, you're going to have a lot less problems with disease, pressures, any other kind of stresses, and you just have overall healthy turf. You'll see the green expectations you want without the big cycle of green growth and then brown grass. So it's all about feeding the soil and just having a healthy soil environment.
How long have you been in the industry, if you don't mind sharing that with our listeners?
On the ag side and turf side together, probably about 35 years.
35 years. So you've seen a lot of changes come and go within the industry, obviously?
Absolutely. And I had an opportunity to start working for Nature Safe, which is an organic company. I'm really glad I did. I like the philosophy they have, and I like it being good stewards of the environment. The other thing is, too, we take everything that you and I don't consume from a cow, chicken, and pig and make fertilizer from it. So we are the definition of sustainability. So that would otherwise end up in a landfill, and we take it and use it for a great use.
When somebody says organic, and I know the definition of organic, or I think I do, what does it actually mean, though, from a fertilizer standpoint? When somebody says, hey, I want an organic program with you guys, can you bring somebody a good organic program, and what has Nature Safe done to speed some of that process up with their technology?
Well, organic by definition means carbon based, so all of our products are carbon based, and the reason why is because we have a very high amino acid content, and so we're OMRI listed, and OMRI is the Organic Material Review Institute. So to be a certified organic product, regardless what it is, it has to have that OMRI listing.
And do you see, in your 35 years of experience, that's longer than most, right? What have you seen change within our industry the most as far as fertilizers go?
Well, the demand for organic goods, goods that are safe for children and pets, won't hurt the environment, and products that really make sense more than anything, instead of using a synthetic fertilizer that will actually destroy the soil microbiome, and you're just feeding that plant temporarily. You're not doing anything to benefit the soil, and that's the whole reason we exist, is to have that good nutritional foundation. We take that same science and technology it takes to feed your pet, and we apply that to our fertilizers.
And, that's something, we've been in the business a long time here in Louisville. And just so you guys know, Chuck's from Lexington, actually. He's a local guy that we've had the opportunity to talk to today. But, when we first heard the word organic, I don't know what year it was, but how far does that go back, just roughly?
Well, organic, of course, if you go back to, we got Thanksgiving coming up next week. And the Indians were, we can go back to those guys because they showed the colonists how to plant their vegetables that weren't doing very well. So they took that dead fish and put it in the ground, and you can't get much more organic than that.
No, and that goes further back than what I thought you were going to tell me. There's something else I've learned today. So I guess that is true that the concept of organic fertilizer has been around all the way back to then. So why do you think a lot of lawn care companies have been resistant to go the Naturescape way?
Well, I think it's new. It's people just don't trust it, and they also think it's a manure based product, which ours is not. Manures are not predictable. It's hard to know exactly what's in the bag, and you don't get all the nutrition the first year after you apply it, unlike our products. But it's all about mineralization, availability, and how the products work for you. And at the same time, you want a product that doesn't leach or volatilize. You don't want a product that leaches into the groundwater, and you don't want a product that has a high salt content. So it's safe. It's safe for kids, pets, and you'll definitely see the difference. You'll see those green expectations you're looking for without the worry of pollution.
How has the gap between cost and sustainability closed? I know that gap's closed significantly from the first time that I heard, hey, why don't you go to an organic based product? And to your point, initially it was the chicken manure or whatever. You're like, oh my God, do you realize how much you're going to have to put down? But you guys have really got the application rates under control.
Well, we have a high analysis fertilizer just because of our process of extracting the proteins. So as far as that goes, you don't have to put down the amount you do with the chicken manure. Plus, with the chicken manure, you also have burn issues. But the main thing is that you're actually getting what you pay for. If you buy a synthetic fertilizer, a lot of that will leach or volatilize, so you have to put down more to compensate for that loss. Plus the runoff and the dangers and destroying the microbiome. With our products, it's really, you look at price per bag, and ours might be higher per bag, but what you're getting out of it per unit of available nutrient, ours is a bargain.
And that's something I wanted you to just touch on because I was talking to somebody, but I heard part of your presentation as you were going up there. Did you make a reference, and I'm not 100% sure about this, something like a 5-to-1 or 5 bags of something you'd have to use, but there was some reference, and I thought that's crazy, they've got it to where it doesn't take nearly the amount of product that you used to have to apply when you want it to go to a safer, more eco-friendly, and better health management product.
That's correct. I mean, we have an organic line that has a very high analysis, the highest analysis in the industry, and we also have fortified blends, which that's a nature safe base, and then we add other products into it for a quicker green up, but still staying within that safe zone.
So would you say that once a contractor gets price, you mentioned the price side of it, and I know that's the questions, we get all the time is, well, what's it cost? What's it cost? But the reality of it from what I'm hearing you say is, but the value of what you're getting out of the product far outweighs the difference of cost.
Absolutely. And just to sum up the whole thing is, it's one of the few products you ever use that the longer you use it, the better the results.
Well, I appreciate your time and effort and explanation on that. And from a training standpoint, how important or how good does it make you feel to see a room full of people coming for some CEUs? It makes me feel good to see the industry wanting to be better educated. And I know, one way some people look at it, well, they just want to keep their license. But that's one big thing I've seen over the 4.5 decades I've been in the industry is that we are wanting to gain more knowledge as an industry. And I appreciate what you guys are doing to disseminate that information.
Products change all the time, and the education is a very, very integral part of that as far as letting people know what's new and how they can save money and be more efficient. So, yeah, it's exciting to see. I think there's 125 people here today, and that does say a lot about their willingness to learn and willingness to take this education to the field and help everybody.
Absolutely. Well, again, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you talking to us live here on Turfs Up Radio, and more importantly, keep spreading the message, man. Education, that there's that old saying, what about knowledge is power? But knowledge really isn't power. What's applied knowledge is power. And you come to an opportunity like this that Advanced Turf Solutions putting on, and you got ladies and gentlemen coming in and presenting their products like Chuck has done with his product, what Nature Safe's products. Take the time and effort to educate yourself so you can make a better informed decision, and don't just look at the cost of the product, look at the value of the product.
That's correct. I couldn't have said it better. And I really appreciate Advanced Turf Solutions, everything they've done for us. They're great partners. We work well together. Our products complement each other, and it's just a great opportunity to be here.
All right, thanks you, Chuck, and safe travels, my friend. And with that, we're signing off here. We'll be back on here shortly. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.